have to keep talking over and over and over about the failed medical theories. There's been thousands of them, thousands and thousands of failed medical theory since the days of the pharaohs. We're talking 5, 6, 7, 8,000 years ago. Evil spirits, humors being out of balance, spontaneous generation, all that kind of stuff. And some of them you're very familiar with. For instance, rheumatoid arthritis and lupus being an autoimmune disease, your body's attacking itself. Absolutely not true. Lupus is due to, secondarily, mineral deficiencies due to a gluten intolerance. With lupus, you get the rosacea on your face, just a classic problem with a gluten intolerance. Get on a gluten-free diet, supplement with the healthy bone and joint pack appropriate for body weight, take some extra selenium, and that will support and promote maintenance repair of all the connective tissue that's damaged by this lupus thing. It's not autoimmune, it's simple nutritional deficiency secondary to gluten intolerance. Then rheumatoid arthritis is not an autoimmune disease. Rheumatoid arthritis is an infection with a bug called mycoplasma. It's killable in 2 weeks with an antibiotic called minocycline, member of the tetracycline family. I like to use herbs. We have one called Killer Biotic. It's a blend of 8 herbs. It supports the immune system. 2 of those herbs also have antimicrobial properties. And then, of course, the ultimate, the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack will support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue. And so once you kill the bug mycoplasma with either the antibiotics or herbs, you can go ahead and use the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage and ligaments and tendons and so forth. Get a hold of this book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. The book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, and tell you what to do for all these things. And then, let's see here, there's the obesity thing. Doctor said, look, you're eating too much fat. You are not exercising enough. You're taking in too many calories. Go on a low-calorie diet. Give up fat, which has 9 calories per gram. Carbohydrates and whole grains have 4.5 calories per gram. Exercise more, you lose weight. What do we get for that? Well, we became the #1 obese nation in the world. Obesity really is due to a simple deficiency of one category of nutrients, minerals. And, of course, once you get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book, Rare Earths and Cures, the book, Hell's Kitchen, you'll say, oh, my gosh, you mean we've known for 100 years that this is due to mineral deficiency? Yep. Of course, doctors missed that one by that much, right? And then cholesterol. Cholesterol does not cause a single disease, and the drive for doctors to lower cholesterol came in 1911 when Procter & Gamble gave the American Heart Association $1.7 million to endorse Crisco as a better way to cook. Had nothing to do with science. And, of course, they have created Alzheimer's disease, which is not a genetically transmitted disease, by getting everybody on statin drugs to lower cholesterol. Everybody has low T, low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, menopausal symptoms, many other diseases, asthma, because they've gone reduced cholesterol. And it's just been a crime, okay? And then, of course, the saturated fat thing, saturated fat and cholesterol has nothing to do, neither of them have anything to do with cardiovascular disease. Saturated fat, really, unless you're burning or frying in it, which cause inflammation, can contribute to clogged arteries because of the inflammation, because you're frying in it. But you can eat medium rare steak. And, of course, the people who have 40 times 100 as we do, the top 20 longevity cultures, they eat pork, they eat steak, they eat animal fat. They don't have the problems we do because they don't have enough money to fry in this stuff. They just either eat it raw or barely cooked or steamed, and, they cook the pig on top of a bunch of rocks on top of the fire and that kind of stuff, and yet they have 40 times 100 as we do. And so, again, get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission. It will blow your mind that in the last 2 centuries, we're talking about the 19th century, the 20th century, and now in the first, almost the first quarter of the 20th century, you're looking at failed theories one after the other, and medical doctors kill more people every year than all the wars put together in the history of the world. I mean, each year, according to the Institute of Medicine, the Journal of the American Medical Association, and the Center for Disease Control, each year in America, a medical doctor kills, injures, and infects 15 million of their patients in hospitals and clinics. 15 million. That's a yearly figure. Now, what would happen if commercial airlines were to kill, injure, and infect 15 million passengers? Would you fly commercial airlines? I don't think so. What about one of these fast food restaurants? If they were to kill, injure, and infect 15 million customers every year, would you go to that fast food restaurant? Probably not. Well, how come you keep going to doctors and listening to all these false theories? This just blows my mind. I've been yelling about this since the 1960s when I worked with Marlon Perkins from the old Mutual Omaha Wild Kingdom show and did 20,000 autopsies, 10 million chemistries looking for pollution as the cause of diseases. Well, guess what? That study is in the Smithsonian Institute, a 1,200-page book, as a national treasure because all these chemistries, all these slides, all these autopsies showed that pollution had nothing to do with death by natural causes or degenerative diseases or chronic diseases. It was all due to nutritional deficiencies. Anybody, animal or person, who dies of a natural cause dies of a nutritional deficiency. That's why my 1,200-page book, representing 20,000 autopsies, 10 million chemistries, 10 million slides of special stains, shows very clearly it's all nutritional deficiencies. Genetics, the death of the genetic disease transmission, and save yourself. You save yourself, you save America. And we'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, we're going to get this out of the way right off the bat. Now, you got three flourishes there because this is a Fox News story that what the content here is something you have been talking about as long as I've known you, and it's finally starting to come back around as this headline reads, heart disease and diabetes tied to carbs, not fat, study finds. I mean, you've been talking about that for, what, 40, 50, 60, 100 years or something like that? And they say that...
Since 1967.
There you go. Since I was just a wee babe in arms. And they say the pendulum swinging back, in what seems contrary to mainstream dietary advice. A small new study shows that doubling the saturated fat in a person's diet does not drive up the levels of saturated fat in the blood. Study found that it was carbohydrates in people's diets that were linked to increased levels of a type of fatty acid linked to heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Study followed 16 middle-aged obese adults for 21 weeks, was published in the journal PLOS 1, and they said saturated fats largely from meat and dairy products have been vilified for decades, thanks to Procter & Gamble and the American Heart Association, as a primary culprit in promoting heart disease. And they say most mainstream still have this stance. They say in recent years, scientists, that is, have seen ill effects of completely replacing saturated fat with carbohydrates, particularly in the simple carbs that are found in commonly processed foods. Large analysis published in 2009 in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that swapping saturated fats with carbs had no benefit in reducing people's risk of heart disease, but replacing these so-called bad fats with polyunsaturated fats found in fish and olives and nuts did. And the unintended consequence of telling everyone to restrict fat was that people ate even greater amounts of carbohydrates. That's according to Jeff Wallach. He is a senior author of the study and a professor of human sciences at Ohio State University. He goes on to say, this is a fact. It's not a stretch to make the connection between overconsumption of carbs and obesity and diabetes epidemics. New study challenges the conventional wisdom that has demonized saturated fat, Wallach said, because it shows that saturated fat does not need to be replaced at all, neither with carbs nor polyunsaturated fats. And they say that for the analysis, researchers put the 16 participants on a tightly controlled diet of fats and carbs. They were on their own with a high-carb, low-fat diet before entering the study. For the first 3 weeks of the study, they doubled or tripled the saturated fat intake, consuming 84 grams of saturated fat and 47 grams of carbs per day. Found no jump in the levels of saturated fat in the blood during that phase. Every 3 weeks, the dieters decreased the fat and increased the carb intake, ending the study on a diet of 32 grams of saturated fat and 346 grams of carbs per day. The final phase of the model, U.S. dietary recommendations for carbs included whole grains. They found that as the amount of dietary fat was decreased, there were no changes in the levels of saturated fat in the participants' blood, but one kind of fatty acid called palmitoleic acid did progressively increase. So there you go, Doc. You've been vindicated once again.
Wow, and of course, it's kind of interesting. There's been no less than a dozen times been published in medical journals, including all the journals on heart disease and so forth, where the Eskimos above the Arctic Circle, 98% of their traditional diet is whale meat and whale blubber, walrus meat and walrus blubber, seal meat and seal blubber, bear meat and bear fat. They eat nothing but red meat and saturated fat. They do not eat vegetables or fruit or take in anything like that, right? And guess what? They have the fewest. Oh yeah, their blood cholesterol is running 350 to 500, and they have the fewest cardiovascular events at all. I've been screaming about that since the mid '60s. Thank you very much, Doug. Good job there. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Hawaii, and Caleb, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
So, Caleb, you're on the air.
Hey, Doc, thanks for taking my call. I'm calling for a friend that it's a girl. She's about 47 years old. She's about 145 pounds. She lives in the Netherlands, and she has this disease ever since she was a child called epidermolysis bullosa. It's called junctional non-Hurlitz type. It's blisters that, her skin just blisters, and they always pop and bleed, and she's always got to wrap her skin with bandages, and yeah.
Okay, epidermatitis bullosa?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to call it impetigo. The street name for that was called impetigo. And does she have any respiratory problems? You know, any asthma or bronchitis?
No, I think she might have some kind of bronchitis, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you know if she has any children?
No children.
Okay. All right. Shar, this is a Shar thing. What do you think is going on with this lady?
I think she has a severe gluten problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so what we need to do here, Kayla, is get her on a gluten-free diet. Absolutely no wheat, butter, or oats. Absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats. That means no deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami, pepperoni, jerky. Absolutely no oils. It means no olive oil, no coconut oil, no margarine, mayonnaise, salad dressing, cooking oils. Get rid of the free radicals and inflammation. And absolutely, again, no gluten, no wheat, butter, and oats. That means the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, spouse, mother-in-law, everybody in the family has got to be gluten-free. Prevent cross-contamination in the laundry, the couch where they watch TV, the bed, the food preparation surfaces. And then what would you give her as a supplement program to start helping to rebuild this lady, Shar?
I think, if she doesn't have any other problems, I think I'd just give her a healthy start pack. She's on the board, or I'd give her a healthy start pack 2.0.
Okay, very good. I'd go ahead and give her 2 because she does have this skin problem she's had forever. So we want to use a little bit bigger hammer. So I'd go with 2 healthy start packs. That'd be 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus at breakfast and dinner, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner 2.0, as Shar said, 3 of the EFA Pluses at breakfast and dinner, and then I would also give her the 15 glucogel a day. It'd be 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. That'd all be accomplished by the 2 healthy bone and joint packs, or add the glucogel and do it with the healthy start packs. And then, what would you do for her skin? She's got some skin problems. There's some major skin problems. What would you do to speed up her healing, Shar?
Nails.
Hair, skin, and nails, absolutely. Hair, skin, and nails. I'd give her 3 twice a day, 2 bottles a month. And call me every couple of weeks here, Caleb, because she's going to show rapid improvement. We'll be back after these messages.
Let's head to Northridge, California, and Viola, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Viola, you're on the air.
Yes, I have my sister-in-law. She has ALS, and I was wondering if there's anything that helps her slow the process or maybe, cure it. I know there's no cure now, but maybe something that helps her.
Okay, we cannot legally use the cure word for some of these diseases, and ALS is one of them, but we can certainly support and promote maintenance and repair of the brain. Okay, how much does she weigh?
She's probably about 180 pounds.
Okay, and how tall is she?
She is probably like 5'4".
Okay. Yeah, so she's probably 40, 50 pounds overweight. And does she have any other issues, any diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, arthritis, anything like that?
No, I'm not much aware of other issues.
So primarily, do you have any skin problems you can see? Any rosacea on her face, bright pink cheeks, sort of like acne on her nose, any eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis on her arms and legs?
No, all that I know right now, that she's unable to move, and she takes medicine and some vitamins.
Okay, is she taking food through a G-tube, or she?
The medication.
How is she getting food if she says she doesn't eat food?
No, she can eat, but very slowly.
Okay, and then okay, well, let's see here. One last thing. Does she have any children?
Yes.
And do they have any health problems?
No.
Okay, I'd be amazed, but we'll see here. Okay, 180 pounds, ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. Shar, what would you do for this lady?
I would give her 2 healthy brain and heart packs and get her on a gluten-free diet, definitely, and give her the Ultimate Daily and also the de-stress.
Okay, how many eggs would you have her eat?
At 180 pounds, she could eat at least 6 to 8 or more a day.
Okay, so Char's exactly right. You need to get your sister on a gluten-free diet, no wheat, barley, rye, oats. It means everybody in her household, the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, spouse, mother-in-law, kids, whatever. Everybody's got to be gluten-free because of cross-contamination. Then, absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, and again, no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, oats. But also, as Char said, have her take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. But also have her take the de-stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. Ultimate Daily tablets for more brain circulation, 3 of those twice a day is 1 bottle a month. And then I'd have her eat 10, 12 eggs a day. It's actually 6 per 100 pounds of body weight, so I'd have her eat 10, 12 eggs a day. They can be poached with a soft yolk. They can be soft boiled with a soft yolk. They can be soft scrambled in butter, not oils or margarines. And then call us every couple of weeks and let us know how she's doing, because we've seen some very positive results with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, MS, Parkinson's disease, you name it, dementias.
Let's head to Dubai, and Julian, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Julian, you're on the air.
Dr. Wallach, good evening. I'm calling you from a very faraway place, Dubai.
Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you very much, and it's wonderful to know your products, and I've been having it for some time. It's really wonderful. I'm calling for a friend who lives in India. His name is Oliver, 42 years of age, 170 pounds. He's been diagnosed with coronary artery disease. The diagnosis says 70 to 80% proximal LAD stenosis. Would you be able to help me with some advice, doctor?
Oh, yeah. Does he have any other problems that you know of?
Not really, doctor. It is just this. I mean, he's quite healthy, actually, and when he went down for a medical, a general checkup.
Yeah, so he didn't have any symptoms. So you're saying he didn't have any symptoms per se. He just went in for a regular physical, routine, annual physical, and they said, oh, you got some blocked arteries here.
Yes, and then the doctors advised him to go for an angiograph. Mm-hmm. And when they did the angiograph, this is the result they came up with.
I gotcha. Okay, Shar, here's a 170-pound man, 42 years old, Oliver, who's got coronary artery disease. What would you do for him?
I would put him on 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and I would give him the Ultimate Daily and get him on a gluten-free diet.
Okay, very, very good. Okay, well, Char's exactly right, Julian. What he needs to do is clean up his diet, because that's what's got him in trouble. This is caused by inflammation. So absolutely no fried foods. That includes stir-fried organic vegetables with extra olive oil kind of stuff. That's all got to go. No fried foods whatsoever. No deli slices, no sandwich meats, no sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami, pastrami. That may be easy in India if he's a vegan or vegetarian or doesn't eat that sort of stuff. Then he also needs to give up oils. This is a big problem here. Oils cause more problems, and of course this goes back to 1911, again, when Procter & Gamble gave the American Heart Association $1.7 million to endorse Crisco and other oils as a healthier way to eat than saturated fat, like butter and cream and so forth. They were wrong. There was no science to it, but they took the money and made the recommendations and made the endorsements, and that's what's killed over 1 billion people since 1911. Okay? So no oils, absolutely no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats. And then, as Char said, I'd have him take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart Packs. That'll be, let's see here, 3 selenium twice a day. That is 2 bottles a month. That'll be, that's all part of the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. 1 ounce of the OsteoFX Plus twice a day, 2 scoops of the Beyond Tangerine 2.0 NutriCrystals at breakfast and dinner, 3 of the EFA Pluses twice a day, 3 of the EFAs twice a day. All that would be accomplished with the 2 Healthy Brain and Heart Packs. Again, as Shar said, I'd have him take 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Tablets, so he could take 9 a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. And they're designed to support and promote healthy blood pressure. They're designed to support and promote healthy blood flow through obstructed arteries. And let's see here. Get his antioxidant points up even some more because he does have injury to his arteries at this point. And so I would have him be sure to get his ORIC points above 100,000 per day. He could do that with a Cell Shield RTQ. R stands for resveratrol, T for turmeric, Q for quercetin. I'd have him take 5 of those twice a day. Or if he likes chocolate and has easy access to it and can refrigerate it, he needs to buy boxes of 100 because it's cheaper that way. The Triple Treat chocolate, you can take 6 of those a day, 2 with each meal or 3 at breakfast and dinner. That'll get him over 100,000 ORIC points. And this is going to help reduce free radical damage. It's going to support and promote free radical damage repair. Okay? And then give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how this guy's doing. We'd love to go to India and begin to put on seminars and stuff there and see if he's interested. Once we help him, see if he's interested in supporting a longevity movement there in India. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to North Dakota. And Bill, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Bill. You're on the air.
Hey, Dr. Wallach. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. What's up?
I've got a friend. He's a minister. He's got bone-on-bone issues. He was a rodeo cowboy. He used to jump out of planes. He was a military guy. Anyway, he's on crutches. I want to check the product that I got him and make sure that it's good. Okay. I got him 2 Healthy Start Packs. He's 200 pounds. The Fucoid Z, Trauma Oil, CM tablets, and the Glucogel.
Okay. How much Glucogel you give him?
2 bottles.
Okay, so 15 a day. 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. That'd be perfect. And it wouldn't hurt to get him on a gluten-free diet to maximize absorption of nutrients and make him salt his food to taste. Wouldn't hurt to increase his absorption by increasing the stomach acid and make sure he's salting his food. Wouldn't hurt to have him take the ultimate enzymes. You could take 1 or 2 of those, say 2 to 5 minutes before each meal with a couple ounces of water. And this is certainly going to speed things up. And again, he needs to listen to the CD called Serial Killers, so he knows where all the hidden gluten is to maximize all this. You know, with this guy out there doing all these great things, we want to take good care of him. Especially, did you say he was also a pastor?
Yes.
Okay, good. We need to take care of this man. And so you're exactly right. Equivalent of 2 Healthy Bone and Joint Packs and 15 Glucogel a day. That's kind of where I would go and get him off all the bad stuff. No carbonated drinks with meals. Even ones you think of as being benign, things like club soda, Perrier water, Pellegrino water, any kind of fizzy water, diet drinks, they cannot be had with meals. If he has to insist on getting those things an hour before meals, hour after meals, but not during meals, because it neutralizes stomach acid and reduces significantly the absorption of minerals, the absorption of B12, the digestion of things like proteins down to amino acids, increases the risk of acquired food allergies. So we need to look at that. Call me every couple of weeks, Bill. Let's see if we can help this guy. And we are going to support and promote maintenance and repair cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae. Doctors will say you cannot regrow cartilage, but they're absolute liars. We've been doing it very successfully for 36 years. Okay, Doug, we got time to start another one?
Yeah, we can get started here. Let's head to Pennsylvania. And Lee, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
So, Lee, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling about my father. He has arthritis with a lot of back pain right now. Had an MRI, and there's 6 spots that are a problem. He has degeneration, bulging disc, compression, and got him to agree to start trying the products. But he's on 9 prescriptions, so I was wondering how we can go about weaning him of his prescriptions without, I don't know if there are any risk with mixing the 2.
Well, there's no risk, but usually some of the prescriptions are going to be painkillers. Some of them are going to be things like Fosamax or Boniva, which actually cause bone fractures in themselves. So that there's been warnings from the FDA. They can actually 1-800-BAD drug. They cause fractures. What is your dad weigh, Lee?
He's 230 pounds and 5'9".
Okay, well, hang on. We'll be back after these messages with the rest of your dad's story. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity and 95 Crusade. And Doug, let's go right back to Pennsylvania and Lee. Let's see here. Looks like your dad at 5'9" is maybe 50 pounds overweight, so we're going to have to deal with that too, which is going to take some of the pressure off of his joints and bones and back and disc. And so, Char, what would you do for this guy? 230 pounds, he's got back pain, degenerative disc, bulging disc, he's got arthritis. What would you do for him?
I would give him 2 healthy bone and joint packs and tell him to get on a gluten-free diet immediately. Okay,
what would you do for the 50 pounds overweight?
Oh, I'd give him the ASAP.
Okay. All right. Char's exactly right, Lee. The dad needs to get, change everything. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, butter, and oats. He needs to get on 2 of the healthy bone and joint packs per month. Be a full dose of everything twice a day. Allow him to have 15 glucogel a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. All of it be accomplished with the 2 healthy bone and joint packs per month. And the ASAP, I'd have him take a dropper full under his tongue 30 minutes before each meal. Not a drop, but a dropper full underneath his tongue 30 minutes before each meal. And within a couple of days to a week, he's going to start losing a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. Make sure he lets it absorb through his oral tissues. Do not let him swallow it. And this program is designed to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between the vertebrae. And the SAP ad is going to help him healthily lose weight and get down to a healthful, I'd say 180 pounds is where he needs to be at 5'9". And as far as weaning off his other medication, the pain medication, which he may be taking 2 or 3 out of 7 or 8 or 9 medications, he'll know how to reduce them. I'd start reducing the ones that are narcotics or prescriptions. I begin to reduce those a little bit, and as long as it may take him 2 weeks before he sees pain relief from the supplement program, and he's able to successfully. I'd wait 2 weeks until he's been on this program for 2 weeks, and then try and reduce his prescription painkillers one at a time by about 10%. And if there's no pain, because they will come with. Each one will come with a wide mouth jar of the seam cream, which he can put on the joints that are painful, muscles, tendons, ligaments that are painful, back, discs that are painful, and he'll get relief within about 10, 15 minutes, and usually the relief will last anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. And, a couple of weeks on this program, he should be able to begin to reduce the amount of at least one of those, and certainly can't cold turkey off of all that stuff. He's on things like Fosamax, and Cialis, he needs to make sure that he's weaning off of those things also, because they do cause fractures. He's on cholesterol-lowering medication. That's one that they can cold turkey just drop off of, because it's shown that they cause so many diseases. Even the FDA says get off of them, and so on. And we'd love to hear from you, Lee, every couple of weeks. So let us know your dad's weight. We want to know his pain levels, how well he's doing with range of motion and so forth, and see, how his back is doing, his joints are doing, and so forth, and let us know how he's doing on beginning to wean himself off of medication. But again, I would only do it one at a time. I would also do the prescription ones first, and just do small percentages, and for pain relief, he'll be able to monitor that himself. Other things, he may have to ask the doctor to help him do that. But he should be able to get off all his medication if they're either directly or indirectly related to his weight and or his back and his joints. Okay, Doug, how much time we got here?
We got about 20 seconds.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and take it and remind everybody to get the new book out, Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Disease Transmission. Be ahead of the curve. At 50 to 75 healthy years of your life. Remember, if you give your genes, your DNA, your RNA, and your telomeres everything they need to maximize your genetic potential for longevity, for health, fending off disease, strength, speed, and intelligence, if you're going to add 25, 50, 75 healthy years of your life, Why not do it? Why wait until you're down and out and have all kinds of terrible problems and go to a doctor and they kill you? Whoa, it doesn't work out. Well, thank you, Shar. Super job. Thank you so much, Doug and Richard. Superlative job as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.